Well, that was fun. Well, we just got back from the bookstores and it was fun. It was packed. The first bookstore that we went to is a used bookstore. It's called Bright Light Books. We love it because we always, whenever we go there, we basically bring books that we are not going to read or that we on hold. On that one, I was able to only find one book and it was not on my list to buy this time around, but I've seen it and I've been seeing it for a long time at Barnes & Nobles. I don't know, it just never gave me the feeling to buy it. I saw it today and for the price that it had, and I didn't pay for it. I paid for it. But what I mean by I didn't pay for it is that I already had some store credit from books that I've brought before. That book is Kisses and Croissants by Anne Sophie Junot, I want to say. Seems like a very cutesy rom-com, so I'm excited to see what it's about. I don't know why, but it reminded me or gave me the vibes similar to Anna's French Kiss, I want to say. It's the name of that book. I don't know why, but it gave me that kind of similar vibes to that one. So, and I really enjoyed Anna and the French Kiss, so I think I'm also gonna enjoy this one. I was the only one that I was able to get at that used bookstores, and then after that we made the jump to Barnes & Nobles, which was across the street, and I was able to get two over there. So the first one I got at Barnes was Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. I'm not familiar with this author or this book in general. I just kind of like saw it at one of the tables and it just grabbed my attention. I love the cover of it, and it's fake dating, but it's also like really cute because it's like this, I guess, geeky guy, and I think she's a theater kid. So I don't know, it just sounds very, very cute. The other book I got at Barnes was actually the one that I was going in for, so I'm excited that I found it. That one is Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read The Naturals, loved it, gave it 5 stars, and I knew I wanted to get the second book in the series, so can't wait to read this one as well. From Barnes, we made the jump to Target because they had their buy one get one special, so gotta get those deals. From Target, I ended up getting 4. The first one that I got from Target was Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. I'm actually hoping to read this one this month, or at least soon in general, and my husband is also interested in reading it because I think we're gonna start with this one before starting like the Throne of Glass series, so we might be buddy reading this one, which I'm nervous but I'm also excited. Next one that I got at Target is Stolen Air by Sophie Lark. I read the first book, Brutal Prince, a few months ago, really enjoyed it, give it 4 stars. I knew I wanted to continue with the series, so this is another one that I was looking forward to getting. This next one, I have no idea what it's about. I think it's about a vampire wolf type thing. It's a newer release by Ali Hazelwood, and it's out of my comfort zone for reading, but I've heard many great things about Ali Hazelwood, so I'm excited to kind of read a book by her. But the newer one that I got is Bride by Miss Ali Hazelwood. The last book that we got at Target was actually really funny because if you all remember the craze around Fourth Wing, what happened is that we actually, back when Fourth Wing came out and all that, we actually saw it at Target with the sprayed edges and everything. I picked it up and I told my husband, hey, maybe we should get this book. It seems really cool. Dragons, and it's a fantasy romance and whatever. And for some reason, we ended up putting it back on the shelf. We never got it, and we regret that decision. I do have, copies of Fourth Wing, but we don't have the one with the sprayed edges. I think my husband got PTSD for that because he saw this one. He saw the sprayed edges, and he was like, I don't want to make the same mistake that I did with Fourth Wing. And we started reading kind of like what it was about, and it sounded very, very interesting. That one is Sanctuary of the Shadow by Aurora Asher. Look how pretty that is. I mean, I have to take the sticker off, but look how pretty that is, and then look at the spread edges. I mean, come on. All right, well, those were all the books that I got. I'm really excited about all of these. Let me know which ones you've read, which one's been your favorite, and I don't know what I'm gonna be doing now, but you'll find out in the next clip. Hello everyone. Happy Sunday. I want to go ahead and do my March TBR. First book that I have for my March TBR is Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I recently read Naturals by her and I absolutely loved it. It gave it 5 stars. Not surprised that I put this one on my TBR for this month. Next we have Stolen Air by Sophie Lark. I read Brutal Prince a few months ago. Really enjoyed it. So I'm really excited to continue this series. Again, I loved Brutal Prince, so I can't wait to read this one, and I think I might enjoy this one more than Brutal Prince, so we'll see. The next book that I have is The Layover by Lacey Walden. This is one that I've had for a while and it's like a very quick read, kind of like Stolen Air. They're not really that long. So I also want to have some shorter form books because I have some books that are not necessarily like 400 or 500 pages or anything like that, but they're still pretty long. So I kind of wanted to balance it out a little bit and, you know, have some books that I might be able to pick up and reading one day or something. So this one is about a flight attendant and a pilot, and she is, I think she's about to like not retire but just move on to other stuff. So she is on her last flight and something happens with the plane that they have to make it stop while they fix everything, and lo and behold, the pilot is there and it's an enemies to lovers. The next book that I have for this month, I'm actually super excited to read it. I did not have this one planned whatsoever, but I keep seeing so many people talk about it and so many booktubers love this series that I just had to get on board, and that one is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I actually bought the whole series. I think I want to do a full reading vlog. I really want to invest time into my thoughts and all that. I'm not sure if it's going to be a spoilery or non-spoiler reading vlog, but definitely look forward to that because I'm honestly really excited and I'm kind of nervous to get into this world just from the things that I've heard. Good things, not bad, but I think I'm getting really high expectations, so I'm trying to like take them down a little bit so that I don't get disappointed or whatever and I can still enjoy the ride. The next book that I have, it's one that I'm excited but nervous about because it's really outside of my comfort zone, and that one is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I want to read this one before reading Throne of Glass because I think it's going to help me kind of get a full bird's eye view of what I can expect in the Throne of Glass series, I guess, and I've heard that starting with this one is a good start, even though it's going to spoil some things for me. I don't really care to get spoiled, so I'm really excited to get to this one, and my husband and I are actually going to be budding reading it, so I'm really excited for that. Next we have Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I've literally thought about getting this book so many times, but I never did until I saw this special edition. Like, it's beautiful. Look at that spread edges, look at the cover, the inside. I mean, come on. So as soon as I saw it, I picked it up, and now I even more excited to read it because it was one that I'm really excited to read it, but again, it's one of those books that are very hyped up and a lot of people love, so I kind of hesitated. I'm really not gonna go into what it's about because I feel like everyone at this point knows this book. Next up, I have Flawless by Elsie Silver. I'm actually really excited for this one as well. It's one of my most anticipated reads for this year. So cowboy romance, small town romance. I think bull riders is what they are. His agent's daughter. So listen to this. The rules were simple. Keep his hands off his agent's daughter and stay out of trouble. But now he's stuck with her. There's only one bed, and well, rules are meant to be broken. I need to finish the book that I'm reading so that I can grab this one. Like, I'm excited. Next one, I have a big chunky one. It is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. One of my most anticipated reads for the year as well, and heard amazing things about this one, and I really enjoy seeing people say that it's one of her best books. And I believe it's friends to lovers or second chance, because I believe the main characters knew each other since childhood, but they had like a falling out or something like that, and then but I think she's an interior designer and she goes back to the Lake Wisteria town, and I think this was actually connected to the Dreamland Billionaire series by her. I haven't read that series just yet, but I don't think I have to. And then the last book that I want to read for this month, it is no surprise, Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This one is her most recent release. It's a paranormal romance. I believe it's werewolf and a vampire. You've seen it everywhere, so I don't really have to go into much detail of what it's about, but I'm really excited to read an Allie Hazelwood book because I do have the Love Hypothesis series, but haven't gotten around to it, and I think this one piques my interest more, especially with people raving about it. Really excited to see what the hype is all about. So there you have it. This is my March TBR. Really excited, and let me know if you read any of these, if there's any books that I should start with apart from like Flawless, because that one got me. Let me know. But yeah, I'm just really excited to get through all of these. I've heard many great things about all of them, so I'm really hoping and honestly expecting a really good reading month. Alright, let's do a quick little haul. So, got Ruthless Vow. I got this one actually last month when it came out because I was reading Divine Rivals, and I knew I was going to want to read Ruthless Vows as well because I can't be left on a cliffhanger. So, I got this one immediately as well. Next one that I got was the special edition of The Deal by Elle Kennedy. Look at those spread edges. I've been looking for this one literally since they came out, and the Barnes and Noble that I usually go to for some reason didn't have them, and I went to the Target, couldn't find them either. It wasn't until I went to a totally different Barnes and Nobles, and it was out of nowhere too, like it wasn't even planned, to get some books over there. I saw this one and I was like immediately cart. Don't have to think about it twice. So really excited that I got this one. Next one we have is Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. The last 2 or 3 books that I've read by Tessa Bailey have been a little bit of a miss for me. She is still my auto-buy author, so obviously had to go get this one as soon as it came out. And so this is a golf romance, and from what I can tell by the name and what everyone has talked about is this girl or woman that's fan of golf and they date. So then last but certainly not least, one of the most recent books that I got were, like I said earlier, the Magnolia Park series. I'm really excited to get through all of these and just be ready for the roller coaster of emotions that I'm gonna be feeling, I guess. But we have Magnolia Parks, Daisy Haig's Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home, Daisy Haig's The Great Undoing, and the most recent release, Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. Honestly, I don't mind the covers. At first, I was like, what the heck? I actually prefer the other covers that are like illustrations, I guess. But I think out of all of this one's my favorite cover. I love the green, I love the gold and the black. So we'll see how this goes for me. Anyways, I think I'm gonna organize my bookshelf. I have some books that I want to unhaul. So I was looking through the books and I kind of want to start a new book right now. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start Stolen Air by Sophie Lark. Happy Friday. Been quite the morning. It's been a few days since I've last updated you, but finally finished Stolen Air. I finished it this morning, and And as you saw in my Notion reading journal update, I ended up giving it 2 stars, but I'm probably gonna change it because I think it's more of a 2.75, because it's not quite a 3, because I wouldn't go out of my way to like recommend it to people unless they like ask for specific recommendations or if they want to know more about the series or something like that. But it also wasn't like a 2-star rating, so I think I'm gonna change it to a 2.75. It was enjoyable, it was entertaining, it was a quick read, and it was honestly a good time. So to talk a little bit more of what the book is about, if you haven't read it, so Stolen Heir is basically about, so this is part of a series, it's a mafia series, and it mainly follows 2 like big families when it comes to the mafia world in Chicago. We have the Gallos and we have the Griffins. And on the first book, we actually follow Ada and Callum. So Ada is part of the Gallo family, and then Callum is part of the Griffin family. They end up being a marriage of convenience. And Alright, my baby's asleep now. I think I was talking about what the book is about. Yeah, let's just go from there. As I was saying, this book is basically a mafia romance, and it's a series, standalone series, so you can read it whichever order you prefer. Stolen Heir is basically about Nessa Griffin and Miko Wilk. He's one of the most vicious gangsters in Chicago. Basically, he wants power and revenge because in the first book, some things happen, and we are starting to see like the repercussions of those things on this one. So then Miko abducts and holds Nessa captive in his mansion. So yeah, she's basically his captive. So it kind of reminded me of like a Beauty and the Beast, somewhat of a retelling, because even Nessa refers to him as a beast. So we're just basically following Miko's thirst for revenge. So that's the plot. There you go. I mean, again, it's very simple. It's a very short book too. So overall, it was a good time. It's not like, it didn't make me feel anything out of this world. So that's why I'm gonna give it the 2.75 rating. And I actually found myself laughing on a few things. So also, I'm really loving the illustrated portions of this series that they're doing. I've never owned a book that has like illustrated parts of the story within the book, so I thought that was very cool. I enjoyed it in the first one, I enjoyed it in this one, so I'm gonna continue with the rest of the series. I think the next book is, I don't know if it's Dante, I might be wrong, but I think it's going to be one of the Gallo siblings with someone else. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the vlog here. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you'll have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.
You don't need to be Prince Charming to me. I just need this to be real. I don't need no fairy tale. You don't need